Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert's Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. NASCAR Cup Series Coca-Cola 600 preview. It is Coca-Cola 600 weekend. What a Sunday we are going to have for motorsports. What a weekend we're going to have. But you know, with the 600 miles of Coca-Cola 600 there at Charlotte, the annual tradition race, we also have that afternoon. There's a little race that afternoon up in Indianapolis. What's it called? Oh yeah, the 106th running of the Indianapolis 500. And then that morning, if you're a Formula One fan, we have the Monaco race, the Grand Prix Monaco, a Memorial Day weekend tradition, triple header racing on Sunday. We'll be recording all three of them, watch them as I can. Probably get done around midnight. I'm fine with that. Three great races, can't wait. Coca-Cola 600 has been around since 1960. We got 600 miles at Charlotte. Can you imagine the cars that they ran in the 60s and 70s and 80s running 600 miles at Charlotte? No wonder the leaders won by like 3 laps, and only like a handful of cars finished the race. 400 laps, the only race that has 4 stages, each of 100 laps each. We got 13 sets of tires to cover this race, so 13 pit stops. Oh, everyone's got a chance of, oops, we forgot a lug nut. Our lug nut comes off. We don't want a 4-week vacation out of it. Each stage, like I said, 100 laps. Fuel window, 58 to 63 laps. My guess is everyone's going to cut each stage in half and be ready to go that way. That's probably the simplest way to do it. That way, at the end of it, if you cut that final stage in half, you got typically 8 to 10 laps there at the end, as long as you get it full of fuel. Then if we have some green-white checkers, which we don't necessarily have with the 600 a lot, we've had 2 of those, 2 out of the last 11 went to overtime, 2011 and 2020. Now, there is one thing we got to watch out for is rain. 2 of the last 6 have rained, and we've actually ended up finishing after midnight. Now, we've had some that have been shortened because of rain, which is 1968, 255 laps. And then 2003, 276 laps. 1997 actually got stopped at 333 laps because of noise ordinance, because there was a rain delay, and got to 1 a.m. local time, and they said, nope, we're done. And then 2009 shortened to 227 laps. 200 laps halfway is an official race. The last 10 600s have been won. 5 Chevrolets have won, 4 Ford, 4 Toyotas, and 1 Ford. Hendrick Motorsports have won back-to-back, Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson. Altogether, Hendrick Motorsports has won 12 600s, 6 by Richard Childress. This is the 60th anniversary, but it's the 62nd spring race to run the 600 miles. 400 laps. Only 5, like I mentioned, have done less than that. In the last 5 600s, so basically the stage racing era, twice all stages have been won by the same driver. 2018 Kyle Busch, 2021 Kyle Larson. In the past, this is a unique stat I found. In the past 4 years, the winner of the Coke 600 went on to the Final 4 at Phoenix each year. So whoever gets the victory here, based on the last 4 years, is going to Phoenix to run for a championship, which is crazy stat. Now, Austin Cindric won the Daytona 500 5 times before, has the winner of the Coke 600 also won the 500 that year. In 1965, Fred Lorenzen, 1969, Leroy Yarborough, 1976, David Pearson, 1996, Dale Jarrett, and 1997, Jeff Gordon. Now, we know Daniel Suarez runs well. We know Tyler Reddick has been on fire, just hasn't got over the hump yet. Never won a race. We've had 7 drivers get their first career win in the Coke 600. We got Hall of Famers on this list, guys. 1961, David Pearson. 1994, Jeff Gordon. 1995, Bobby Labonte. 2000, Matt Kenseth. That's a Hall of Fame driver lineup right there. In 2007, Casey Mears. 2009, David Rudiman. Now, there's been a lot of talk over the last year plus Bubba Wallace won a rain-shortened Talladega race for his first career win. People thought it shouldn't have happened. 2009, David Runeman won the rain-shortened Coke 600. Should that one be taken away? No. But whatever, people. 2017, Austin Dillon got his first career win at Daytona. His second career win was the Daytona 500 the next year. But yeah, so you can win the Coke 600 and the 500 in the same year. People have done it. You can get your first career win at Charlotte. The last 4 years, the Charlotte winner's gone on to run for a championship in the Final Four. Now, let's look at the breakdown of the Charlotte Oval the last 4 races. Chase Elliott, 2.3 average finish with a win. Ryan Blaney, 8.0. We've seen what Blaney did at Texas in the All-Star race. Don't take your winning net down until you cross the start-finish line. You know what? Let's just talk about that for a minute. Ryan Blaney did nothing wrong. He saw the checkered flag. He was in that first car. They came with the radio said he won. He dropped the winning net. NASCAR blew that. NASCAR even admitted that caution shouldn't have happened. But like Denny Hamlin said, 2 wrongs don't make it right. Plain and simple. You couldn't have told Ryan Blaney to come down to put his winning net up and still kept the position because NASCAR rules. We basically, that winning net, yeah, it was up. Was it secure? We'll never know the 100% truth on that. Was it up the way it should have been? No. We all know that. NASCAR made a mistake through caution. Basically had to fix their mistake. Let Ryan Blaney put the winning net best he can. It was staying up, both hands on the steering wheel. What more can you ask for? Let's just not have a funky rule at the end of the race that has to end in the green. 100 foot. The checkered flag was right there, and then that caution came out for, Stenhouse blew a tire, hit a wall. Nobody was right near him because they got by him. So, whatever, that is what it is. But Ryan Blaney, 8.0 average finish at Charlotte. We'll see how he does. Those Fords do for the 600. Kevin Harvick, 8.8. Logano, 9.5. Brad Keselowski, 9.5 with a win. Kyle Busch, 9.8. Tyler Reddick, 10.3. Martin Truex, 10.3 with a win. If you look at that's just the last 4 at Charlotte. So we got to look at the intermediate last year. Yeah, it's a new car, but typically their cream rises to the top. Intermediate last year, Kyle Larson 5.1 with 5 wins. Kevin Harvick 7.5. Denny Hamlin 8.0 with 2 wins. Kyle Busch 9.3 with a win. William Byron 9.5 with a win. Martin Truex 10th with a win. Austin Dillon 11.0. Chase Elliott 11.7. This year on the intermediates, Vegas, Darlington, Kansas, Christopher Bell averages 7th. Kevin Harvick 10.3, Joey Logano 10.6 and a win, Austin Dillon 11.0, Willie B 11.3, Martin Truex 12.6, the hack Alex Bowman 13.0 with a win, Tyler Reddick 13. Points are 16 playoff spots, 11 different winners already this year. What I want to see happen, maybe I'm the only one, but I do want to see this. I want to see 16 different regular season winners, which we can do. We're halfway through. We have 13 regular season races left. We just need 5 different winners in the next 13 races. I want to see 16 different winners with the regular season champion not win a race. The regular season champion is guaranteed a spot in the playoffs. So if you have 16 different winners and then the regular season champion does not win a race, that means somebody who won a race is out of the playoffs. That means someone who did not win a race is in the playoffs. I think that would cause anarchy along NASCAR radio. I listen to NASCAR radio pretty much on my way to work, my home. I think if that were to happen, I think the week after Daytona, that Monday after Daytona, all anarchy would happen on that channel. Because people will be calling in just wanting to change everything. Because now you have a bad race in Martinsville, let's get rid of Martinsville. The All-Star race was, you couldn't pass for the lead, let's get rid of Texas. People just knee-jerk react. So I think just listen to that. If that scenario were to happen, yeah, it'd be worth it. I would actually call into work just to listen all day because it would be comical. But hey, I like to stir it up a little bit like that, you know what I mean? But all right, we got 11 different winners this year. NASCAR won in parity, we got it. William Byron, 2 wins, 13 playoff points. Ross Chastain, 2 wins, 12 playoff points. Chase Elliott with a win and 7 points. Denny Hamlin a win and 7 points. Kyle Busch, Joey Logano, Alex Bowman, Kyle Larson, Chase Briscoe, Kurt Busch, each with a win and 6 playoff points. Austin Cindric a win and 5 playoff points. If you look at the overall top 16 in points right now, you have Kurt Busch, or see here, you got Denny Hamlin 20th in points with that win. Kurt Busch 18th in points with that win. Tyler and Austin Cindric 16th in points with the win. So the 5 drivers currently with no wins in the playoffs, we got Ryan Blaney plus 112, Martin Truex Jr. plus 89, Christopher Bell plus 48, Kevin Harvick plus 24, Eric Almirola plus 11. Austin Dillon minus 11, Tyler Reddick minus 22, Eric Jones minus 32, Daniel Suarez minus 49, Chris Buescher minus 61. 13 regular season races, those aren't a lot of points. Those are within striking distance. So we could have a fun rest of the regular season getting down to who's going to win the championship and get to the Final Four. My 4 picks to win a Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte: Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch, Tyler Reddick, and Ross Chastain. Now we got Ryan Preece doing the triple. We got, I think, was it Noah Gragson? Is he in the one in the 16 car this week for Trellick Racing? We got Chastain that's in the truck race as well. Tyler Reddick, he's not racing the Xfinity race. Kyle's racing in the truck race. It's going to be a fun race. It's going to be a fun weekend. Got lots of racing going on. Definitely going to check everything out. Now, there's been a lot of talk to get rid of the All-Star race or keep the All-Star race because, I mean, the racing was boring. I mean, we all know that. My idea, and I've tweeted this out a few times, and I've actually called into NASCAR Satellite Radio and on the morning drive, and I was actually talking about this. Pete and Mike kind of shot me down when I first said it, but I know at the end of the show today, actually, it was 5:25 show, at the end of the show at 10 o'clock, a little before, like 5 till, 7 till, they were talking about, Pete was talking about a tweet about taking the All-Star race and the Busch Clash and combining them. $1 million on the line, do it at like, Coliseum or something. I tweeted at Pete Pisoni about it. I'm assuming he was talking about my tweet, maybe somebody else did. He said he saw it on Twitter. But my thought would be to get rid of the All-Star race, take the Busch Clash, combine them into one. The winner gets $1 million. Still keep the $1 million on the line like that. Somebody else had called in and said this, pair it with a fan, so the fan wins money as well. Each driver represents a certain fan. Your driver wins, you get this. The driver gets this. I kind of like that idea. So the way you qualify for the Clash All-Star race, in the previous season, if you win a pole, if you win a race, if you make the playoffs, that's it. There's no open, none of that. You got to make the playoffs, you got to win a race, you got to win a pole, otherwise you are in the All-Star race. If not, see you later. Make it exclusive. Build a LA Coliseum. If you want it at the beginning of the year, do it somewhere, non-NASCAR track. The guys have talked about that in the morning drive as well, moving it around. Do it somewhere where it's a destination, put it on the, Stafford Speedway, for example, where there's only limited tickets. You get a ticket or you don't. Hey, next year it's coming to this area, I gotta go, type of deal. We've done things outside the box in NASCAR in the last couple of years. It's been great. Things we never thought we would do, we're doing. Street racing is the next on the horizon. I got one. We paved a football field. It worked. Good race at LA Coliseum. Let's pave a dirt track. Let's go to Knoxville and pave it. Let's go to Eldora and pave it for a race. Go to Knoxville, pave it, All-Star race. Do it whenever, obviously in Iowa you can't do it in February, but Could you imagine the buzz that would cause? We're paving a real dirt track. We're going to dig it up when we're done. But people come out and go, I was at Knoxville for the only paved race in Knoxville history. Knoxville Nationals on the dirt, Knoxville, Iowa. We paved it. NASCAR paved it, ran a race. I was there. That'd be awesome. Eldora, pave it for a race. Boom, there you go. We pave a football field. Why can't we pave a dirt track? Would we do it in Martinsville? That would be kind of unique. But what about North Wilkesboro when they repave it next year? Why not throw an all-star race there? Do it in a some type of setting that NASCAR normally doesn't go to on a short track. Bowman Gray, I think, would be cool. Just the history of the place. The road course that Miami, the F1 ran on. But hey, do something outside the box there, but kind of combine the Clash and All-Star race. I know. There's TV deals. They can't get rid of that race. How do you replace the content? Gotcha. So at Daytona, qualifying on Wednesday, the Gatorade duels on Thursday, truck race on Friday night, Saturday we have ARCA and Xfinity, Sunday we have the 500. Let's do the same thing as Charlotte. So the weekend before Charlotte, which in Indianapolis is the pole weekend. You know where I'm going with this. Saturday before. So this would have been this past Saturday, which would have been, let me find the calendar here, the 21st. 21st and 22nd of May is qualifying for the Indy 500. Work with Roger Penske and his bunch up in Indianapolis. On Saturday, let's do a NASCAR Camping World or NASCAR Cup Series race, the Brickyard 400. Pair it with, when the Brickyard 400 is over, you got Indy qualifying. You got Indy pole qualifying on Sunday. Pair it with that. Friday night, do something over at IRP for the Truck Series, Xfinity Series, or whatever you want to do there. Have 2 races that weekend. You leave Indy on Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening. On Wednesday, you're due in Charlotte. Obviously, most of the teams are in Charlotte, so it wouldn't be. It's a small turnaround, but we've done small turnarounds before. We've ran on Wednesday night and then Sunday and then the Sunday before. We've done that already, so we know we can turn that around Friday to Wednesday. We got 600 pole qualifying Wednesday night with a pit stop. So gotta go old school, because we used to do that. Is you pull out of the pits, pull out of pit lane, you go around, you take your green flag, you come around, you come down pit road, no speed limit, balls and walls, whatever you got to do, 4 tires, fuel, whatever, just 4 tires, whatever you want to do with that, out, back around, boom, there you go. Now, what you also do with that is you have, if you blow past your pit stall, got to back up. Not only is it taking you more time, you have a 5-second delay. The official holds you for 5 seconds. Whatever pit crew, from the time that driver stops in his box to leaves, whatever pit crew has the fastest time, that's just the pit crew, they get, whatever pit crew challenge, $100,000, whatever it was. So that way the pit crew's involved, the driver's involved, putting this car to the test because you're blowing down pit road like we used to. You're giving the fans some involvement with the pit crew. So we have qualifying. Front row set for the 600. Everybody else has got to run through the duels on Thursday night. You do two, odd even, just like you did at Daytona, duels. Now, you do the duels a little bit different than Daytona. Again, you break each duel up into two stages. So instead of like Daytona duels or 150 mile qualifiers, maybe you do like a 50 and a 50 lapper. There's a pit stop in between, so whoever won the first stage of qualifier 1 is on the pole for the second half. Whoever has the fastest pit stop, like we did between stages 2 and 3, you come down pit road after 50 laps, 4 tires, you go back out. Whoever has the quickest pit stop starts outside of row 1. So even if you're back in the pack a little bit, your pit crew can get you all the way up to the front row if they have the fastest pit stop. Run another 50, that's how you start odd. Same way with the even. Friday night we have truck race. Saturday we do the ARCA race, Xfinity race, and then Sunday we have the 600. I think it's going to bring a little bit more to the 600 weekend. It's going to bring the pit crews involved, but they're involved, but they're kind of, yes, they're involved, but they're really not, but they're kind of our kind of deal. So you still have them involved, you still have the team effort, obviously. But hey, those are my thoughts. But hey, we'll see what happens. Sometime before the schedule comes out, I'm going to do kind of what I would like to see as a 2023 schedule. It'll include that, some other things. But that's going to wrap up the 600 preview. As always, thanks for watching the Robert Sports Show. Don't just have a great day, have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader, sports channel content.